Hi everyone. Baby here. Again, I want to apologize if I start to cry. I'm gonna try not to, because I haven't cried in at least half an hour since the last time I cried. With my boy, Baxter Bork. He's in heaven. He's in heaven. He is. It went a lot quicker than I thought. I want to say after they put the IV in. Probably 10-15 seconds. Not even. I don't even know. I was doing fine until they put the IV in and he yelped. Then he tried to get up. But we held him tight. We didn't really hold him down, but I know we got him to stay. And it was freaky because you didn't feel anything. It's not like you felt his breathing stop. I would have thought that you would have felt his chest from rising up and down, but you didn't feel it. I don't know if it's because he was so hairy and it was also a windy day, but he was gone like in a snap of a finger. Couple snaps, but I will warn you though that his eyes stayed open. And the doctor warned us about a few things that can happen. He said for sure that they normally 80% of the dogs that get put down keep their eyes open. And he's like, I want you to know that he's gone, but his eyes are going to stay open. And it's like, well, that's fine because he slept with his eyes open anyway, so that's nothing new to us. Because he slept like Oma slept. He always would sleep with his eyes open. He said he might lose control of his bladder or bowels. And we said that's fine because the blanket that he laid on the pillow that we had him on, we were planning on throwing it out anyways. We told the veterinarian clinic, I said, if you guys want to keep the pillow and the blanket, that's fine. Oh, if you don't, then throw it out, but we don't want it because that was his pillow and that was his blanket that he slept on. I also mentioned something else, like, they mentioned that, like, he might not gasp for air, but they mentioned something about breathing. I can't remember what. I don't think it was gasping for air. They said, I know for sure that they said it's not like he's gonna gasp for air. I know for sure it wasn't that. They just said that afterwards they may make breathing sounds or some sounds from the mouth, but it's not them breathing or trying to gasp for air. It's the sounds that the body's releasing. And he didn't make any of those sounds. That was good because the doctor said it's very scary and very terrifying. And he said it's something that we can't obviously control. So, It happens quick. It was my first time putting a dog down. Technically, third, but the first time I was like a baby. The second time it was like 6 or 7, and I was in school, and I didn't see it actually happen compared to like Baxter. I probably would have been better if he didn't cry, if he didn't bark. He didn't bark, but he yelped. I was doing fine until he yelped. And he tried to get up, but we had to stop him. The doctors also warned us that, being that he's also was a old dog. He was what's the word for old people? It's on the tip of my tongue right now. He was a geriatric. He mentioned that some geriatric dogs, some old dogs, have bad veins. And their veins are very fragile. So he said if a vein bursts or pops, he said we're going to have to try somewhere else. When he said that, I was like, what? But it didn't. It didn't. He went to sleep very peacefully. You know, the wind was blowing. It's also a windy day, but the wind was blowing. The sky was clear. So he didn't have a bumpy ride going to heaven. He had no turbulence. He just floated to heaven with Oma and Opa. And the cardinals were chirping and singing, and that was that was my grandparents, his great grandparents, saying, "We're here for you. We're ready, and it's gonna be okay." I can tell I personally think I'm handling this a lot better than I thought I was gonna handle it. I mean, obviously I'm crying still. I'll probably cry the next couple days. I was bawling my eyes out when they did it, but the ride home I didn't cry. I kind of just really started crying, talking on the blog. I went to the park. I was gonna go to the park to swing and go on the swings because it's a nice day out and get some fresh air because I also have a headache. But there were kids there and I didn't really want to stay too long because I'm an adult and I didn't really want to get the creepy effect. I didn't want to think the parents I was there to be creepy because I was not there to be creepy, obviously, but I didn't want them to get that idea that I was, but I wasn't, but I didn't want to stay there too long anyways because one, my phone was dying. And 2, I wanted to come home. But it was weird because I've had a headache all day. And after the Baxter went, maybe a couple minutes after he passed, my headache didn't completely go away, but it got better. It got better. So anyways, I thought I was going to handle this a lot worse than I did. And I'm not trying to say that I'm not upset. Okay, I'm not trying to say that I'm not sad, but I always kind of try to plan this in my head. This day, I always try to kind of predict what I would be like, what I would do, where I would sit. I was sitting on his head. I'm not on his head. Was laying on my lap. Kind of this last minute thing. I wish it was my sister now, but that's the only thing I kind of probably forget. Regret is it should have been my sister at his head. She was kind of like by the butt, but it happened so quickly. We were kind of like, me and my sister, once we got there, before we left the house, Mom was like, "You guys ready to do this?" And I was kind of like, let's get this done with. let's just get it done. Because I woke up today, because we were originally going to do this on Monday. But two things were wrong on Monday. One, my sister is leaving on Monday. She's going back to college on Monday. I don't know what time she's going back, but she's going back Monday. And two, my mom works on Monday. So we didn't want to do it without my mom, even though she said she didn't mind not being there, but we didn't want to do it without her. And two, we don't want Kaylin to have to be upset driving, back. So we said it's probably just safer to do it now. He was a good boy. He was. Like I said in the past blog, he might have gone to the bathroom in the house. He might have ate the garbage. He might have ran away a few times. More than a few, but he was a dog that didn't destroy a couch. He didn't destroy a pair of shoes. Didn't tear up that dress that you liked. When he was younger, he was a dog that liked to hop on the beds and hop on the couch. But the last time I bought say probably 5-6 years, he kind of, not so much, maybe probably even the last 5 years, maybe. I don't know exactly when he stopped hopping up and down the beds and hopping up and down on the couch. But the last few years, he stopped doing that. But when he was a young pup, he used to do that. Okay, my dad's home, so I'm going to go. Bye, y'all.